Hey guys, just finished watching Agent Carter season 1, episode 8, Valedication. Um, this episode, this the last episode for the first season. Um, right off the bat, I give this episode was a great episode. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was just perfect. It was just real good. I mean, something different would have been something cooler would have been to have um, well, I guess I don't know if it would work. If they had Red Skull appear, I guess it wouldn't work if he, appears now and then doesn't appear for another, 40 years. But it's definitely very interesting. It was very cool to see, Peggy Gutter again talking to the microphone. The same ending of Captain America, the first Avenger. Talking Howard Stark down. And it was very very interesting. Cool to see that. And it's definitely cool to see that now that what's his face, the computer guy there from Captain America: Winter Soldier, he's talking to this psychiatrist guy, and this is how he's gonna learn to become manipulative so that he can become Hydra inside of Shield. I think that's gonna be very cool to see. If we get a season 2 for Carter. It'd definitely be cool to see, see like the starting of Shield, and see where stuff goes on from there. I definitely think it's very interesting to see, and I think definitely we might want to see, I would definitely want to see, who else, who's, because in Winter Soldier we saw Sharon Carter, age of 13, who's I think the daughter or granddaughter of Peggy Carter. So I definitely want to see, who Peggy Carter, who's her husband, who's Sharon Carter's father or grandfather, and see how that goes. For a second there at the end, I thought maybe it could be, it could be Jarvis. That could be the connection too. But then I remembered about his wife in the beginning. But we haven't saw much about his wife, so there's always that opportunity. It's very out of that time period, so I feel like it maybe for that time period, a character like that maybe wouldn't, divorce his wife and stuff like that. But then again, it's not the average. He's not the average person, working for Howard Stark. So I definitely think that there was a second where I thought there was that opportunity, especially when he pulled out the Captain America's blood and told that Howard doesn't know about it, and her putting it in the water. That was really it was really big too. Because I think it would have been cool to see her hold on to it. But then again, if she had kept on to it, they would kind of completely change everything. I mean, that means when Bruce Banner goes to turn himself, tries to make Captain America again, he would have succeeded because he would have had that sample. But by not having it now, it makes it very difficult. And now it's where you get the Hulk and all that stuff. So it's definitely interesting to see. I definitely want to see that and see who ends up being Tony's mother. I want to see that in a season 2. I think a lot of those things would be nice to see. And it definitely was cool now to see that. That Jarvis was the one to save. That there was the one that was going to shoot down his father. That was going to shoot down Howard Stark just until the last moment. Since he was the only one that was able to fly. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Peggy is able to fly. I don't remember if we've seen her fly in Captain America. But yeah, so that would be interesting to see. The only one thing though that I just want to comment on this whole season, and I hope to see it in a future season. Right now, I don't feel like we've gotten to the point where Jarvis has really impacted Tony Stark's life enough for him to name his AI Jarvis. I want to find out where that comes on. What makes Tony, where does Jarvis make an impact on Tony's life big enough for him to name his AI Jarvis? Now, saving his father like he did, he was the one who was going to save his father's name, and he did all that stuff to help him, yes. But if you go back to Iron Man 2, Tony Stark didn't like his father. He hated his father until he saw those videos. So up until then, he already named Jarvis his computer system Jarvis after his father Butler, but he didn't care for his father. So the whole connection with Howard Stark and and there, I just don't feel like it's enough yet for Tony to name his computer Jarvis, you know. So I definitely want to get that, see that eventually, maybe through in a season 2. It'd be nice to see that. It'd be nice to see, you know, like I said, you know, who's Stark's, who's Tony's mother, who's you know, Sharon Carter's grandfather or father. I forget if, you know, if she's Peggy's granddaughter. I guess she would be Peggy's granddaughter. But it'd definitely be nice to see, you know, Sharon Carter's grandfather, and see a little bit more of that. So it would be cool to definitely would like to have a season 2, and definitely go on to more of a, you know, a Nick Fury storyline. I think would be cool in the season 2 with building Shield and more commandos. I think it'd be nice to have in season 2 to have full on, you know, the building of Shield, and have the commandos in pretty much every episode instead of just one episode. I'd like to see them, you know, full on Shield and commandos origin to go back to the comics. So pretty much having a season that is pretty much exactly like the Shield and Howling Commandos, or Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos, taking those comics and turning them into season 2 with the origin of Shield, and having a lot more of those guys in there. I think that could definitely be a fun thing to see, you know. Yeah, definitely with all that. So let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see in a season 2 if we get one? And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for Shield. Peace out, guys. Peace.